The fact that you can never be anything that you are already not, or experience anything not already existing, explains the experience of having an acute feeling of having heard before what is being said, or having met before the person being met for the first time, or having seen before a place or thing being seen for the first time. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Isha Rajput, and for those who are new, I talk about law of assumption and manifestation. If you are interested in this, I would love to have you here. And feel free to check out my Manifest Money Like Magic workbook. As you all know, our mindset regarding money is eventually that what we have absorbed in first 7 years of our life, that is when we are in our theta state. What we absorb, then it becomes our belief, which later becomes our blockages in path of money. And we ourselves push us into the middle income group or poverty. Good thing is that it can be changed. I have compiled a workbook with the questions that you need to ask yourself in order to change your mindset regarding money. This workbook clears all the blockages and negative beliefs and your programming regarding money. You can combine this workbook with the wealth subliminal that I have mentioned in the description down below. After 21 days, you can see the result yourself and manifest money like magic. The whole of creation exists in you, and it is your destiny to become increasingly aware of its infinite wonders and to experience ever greater and grander portions of it. You will observe that as long as you remain faithful to your assumption, so long will your attention be confronted with images clearly related to that assumption. For example, if you assume that you have a wonderful business, you will notice how in your imagination your attention is focused on incident after incident relating to that assumption. Friends congratulate you, tell you how lucky you are. Others are envious and critical. From there, your attention goes to larger offices, bigger bank balances, and many other similarly related events. Persistence in this assumption will result in actually experiencing, in fact, that which you assumed. The same is true regarding any concept. If your concept of yourself is that you are a failure, you would encounter in your imagination a whole series of incidents in conformance to that concept. Thus, it is clearly seen how you, by your self-concept, determine your present. Understand that imagination is able to do all that you ask for, and attention is the power by which you create your world. You can now build your ideal world. Imagine yourself to be the idol of your dream and desire. Remain attentive to this imagined state, and as fast as you completely feel that you are already this idol, it will manifest itself as reality in your world. Sit down today and travel to the future where you want to be. Feel every detail there, the things around you, the people around you, the sounds around you, your heartbeat, your pulses, your emotions. Commit to that feeling fully. Align yourself fully. And then come back to this reality, as if it's already done for you in this moment. If you are not able to believe in your manifestations, ask yourself, how can you become aware fully of the feeling of your wish fulfilled right now? Ask yourself what satisfaction you will have after your wish is fulfilled. What freedom will it bring to you? How can you experience it? What is stopping you from believing your manifestations truly? What is holding you back to commit fully to your desire? If you want money, at first when you will visualize having more money, it will make you happy. But over course of time, it won't work. Because money brings satisfaction and freedom, not happiness. So if you desire large amounts of money, visualize while feeling deep, deep satisfaction. Feel the freedom of spending money without worrying. Being certain that your bank balance is more than you can ever spend. That will work. When you remain faithful to this feeling, then you have created your wealth into your reality at will. Same goes for manifesting the love of your life. Hear Neville Goddard and how he manifested the love of his life using law of assumption in his own voice in a radio lecture.
So you try it tonight. Try it with anything in this world. The unmarried, if you desire to be married, what symbol in the world would imply that you are married? A little band in this Western world, a little band around this finger. Not around any other finger, around this finger. It doesn't have to be the biggest aspidastra in the world. Just a plain little gold ring. If you wore it there, it would imply you're married. Sleep tonight as though you wore one. Don't put your physical thumb on it. Put your imaginary thumb on it and feel it in your imagination. You can do it. Feel a ball. Can you feel it? Then feel a piece of silk. Feel this, one after the other. Can you discriminate between all these different sensations? If you can discriminate between this and a tennis ball and a baseball, and a piece of silk, then you can't discriminate between nothings. They must exist, though unseen by your eyes, they still must exist. So if I can discriminate between these unseen objects, these objects, though unseen, must be real. Well, now take that and put it there. But feel when you wear it that you are proud of the one who put it there. You don't have to see what he looks like. When it's put there, you'll be proud of his name, to bear it, and you'll be proud of him. Just put it there. You know how I know that? My wife did it. She did it. Actually, she did it. One day she was in the presence of a so-called sensitive. And this one said to her, "Why did you take off your wedding ring?" She said, "I am not married." "Oh," she said, "don't fool me. You took off your wedding ring." She said, "But I'm not married." She said, "I'll even tell you his name." And she started off with Never. She didn't quite get it, but she was coming very, very close to it. She was actually sensing what my wife in consciousness was feeling. When I first met her, I wanted her the very first day I knew her. I wanted to marry her. But I was entangled. Was I entangled? But by this law, I disentangle myself. Without hurting anyone, I disengage myself from all these complexities so that I could actually legitimately say, "Will you marry me?" But in the meanwhile, she was wearing the ring. I hadn't yet put it there, but she allowed me to put it there and slept as though I had put it there. So I tell you, unmarried ladies, if you desire to be married, maybe you don't. If you do, that's the way to do it. And it'll come out of the nowhere. You don't have to go and buy anyone or try to meet the right people. Usually when you try to meet the right one, he's always the wrong one. So So don't go searching. Those who go searching for love only make manifest their own lovelessness. And the loveless never find love. Only the loving find love, and they never have to seek for it. So you fall in love, you don't have to seek for it. You draw them. They come to you. So here, this is the power of which I speak. The power of the universe, the power that created and sustains the universe, is resident in you as your own wonderful human imagination. That's God. Don't forget it. I know it's difficult when man has been trained to believe in an external God. And he goes to church and gets on his knees and he prays to an external God. And he goes home at night, maybe he does say his prayers, and he gets down on his knees and he prays to an external God. All right, maybe that's a nice thing for someone to do. But I tell you, he isn't out there at all. You won't be criticized for it, but he is within you. Very personal, may I tell you. He is very, very personal. And within you. When you're told in Scripture, of the rock that begot us, we are unmindful. And that seems to be all a figure of speech on how true that thing is. One night, sitting in the silence, rather it was an afternoon, I was thinking of nothing in particular, and suddenly before my eyes came this quartz, an enormous quartz. As I looked at it, it fragmented itself, broke into numberless little pieces, and then it reassembled itself. As it reassembled itself, it was not into a quartz, but into a man, seated in the lotus posture. I'm looking at this man, all seated now, perfect man. As I looked at him, I'm looking at myself. Here I am, the perceiver, observing myself, seated in the lotus posture. This deep, deep meditation. And as I became aware that I'm looking at myself, it began to glow. And it glowed and glowed and glowed. When it reached the intensity of luminosity, it exploded. And then I returned to this level. Where did I see him? Within me. That being is meditating this. This is but a projection of itself in the world. And when he wakes within me, completely wakes, I am he. God actually became me, that I may become God. And he's put me through all the paces, allowing me to make all the mistakes, to make a monster like the thing that I talked about earlier. I made that, and I made a lovely one. And he allows it in his meditation. He is the dreamer in me. And he's dreaming this, and dreaming everything that I dream in this world. And when he awakes, this will cease to be, and I am he. And he is God. So I tell you, go out and try it. Begin tonight. I make you this promise, if you try it faithfully, you will not fail.
That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next episode.